Hi, I'm attachment specialist Adam Lane Smith, and today I'm going to teach you how to get a boyfriend. I really should title this How to Get a Husband because most people who are looking for a serious boyfriend ultimately are looking for an even deeper connection than that. But we'll start with getting a boyfriend. How to get a boyfriend. So let me talk to you first about why I can even talk about this subject. I've been married for 13 years. My wife and I, we met. 2 weeks later, we were engaged. We got married at 11 months. And we've been married, like I said, 13 years. We have 4 kids. We have been through just about everything. It's been a good, wonderful ride with rough parts, financial struggles, had to move out of state, all kinds of really tough problems. But we have survived. We haven't murdered each other. And I've also worked as a marriage and family therapist during those times. I've worked with people trying to find partners. I've worked with people refining the partnerships they have, figuring out when they're good, when they're bad, finding where people find those partners. I have seen so much data on relationships and done so much studying on relationships, so much work on romantic pieces. I can confidently say that I can help you find a better partner than you can probably find on your own. I have a whole course I've done on how to get a girlfriend. Follows a lot of what I did to get my wife. A lot of people, though, have asked, Adam, could you please give us a resource for women? And that's where we're at right now. All of my best methods over the last 14 years with my wife, with my years as a licensed marriage and family therapist, all of my work helping people find those couples, how those relationships, build that relationship, red flags to avoid, the complications that can come from it. Because when you want a boyfriend, you don't just want a boyfriend. You want a loving, stable, healthy boyfriend with a maximized optimum outcome of probably a loving, stable husband for the rest of your life. You probably don't want 10 boyfriends over the rest of your life. You want one loving, stable partner who will be with you, meet your needs, and give you an opportunity to engage in that relationship. Not be afraid, not stay away from you. Build that emotional intimacy. All of that is my way of saying how to find a healthy boyfriend who will love you for your life, for your whole life, a lifetime love. If that's good, keep watching. The absolute best thing I can tell you right now is that you already probably have connections to people who could get you a boyfriend. And that's a key piece. Our relationship environment right now, if you want a boyfriend, where do you go? Maybe a dating site, maybe Tinder. Maybe you just look around at work. Maybe you just try to find one on the street. Maybe you put a little box trap with a sandwich under it, and if he crawls under it and it falls on him, then you can marry him right there on the spot because he can't escape from the trap. How do you find a boyfriend? Where do you find one? All of those things presuppose that you are supposed to go find a stranger. Now, I'm going to be very real and very blunt for a moment. The date rape statistics are appalling. Appalling. And part of the problem is that we are looking for love with strangers that we don't know, putting ourselves into vulnerable positions with strangers we don't know because we're trying not to appear standoffish or prudish. And we have to do that so many times until hopefully it works out with one that we get really exhausted, fatigued, our guard wears down, our sense of tolerance of what we're willing to put up with goes down. All of that decreases, and then awful people take advantage of that. Date rape statistics are horrific. I hope that everybody here has done their study on that. If not, go look it up. It's bad. Nobody, men or women, I don't think, should be dating a stranger. Especially because every person on this earth has people that have known them for 10 or 20 years. People have networks. The problem for a lot of young women is that their network is disconnected. If you have attachment issues, or if your family was broken up, or if you just have never connected to people, your network might be really slim. Or your network might be all women. And you might say, oh, I can't marry any of these people. I want a husband. Okay. Your network. Because the people you know people, and they have known people. And the people you know people who know people. And the answer to where do I find a boyfriend, where do I find a boyfriend, not how do I get one, but where do I find one, is you find one in your networks. You find someone who is connected to your networks with people who can vouch for his quality. Now, if you have a church, if you're religious, any religion, if you have a social connection, a social piece where you can go to that church, there are people there, especially old people. Old people love to matchmake, especially the old ladies who sit in the back. They love to connect people in love. Go there, go to those social places and connect to those people and say, I am looking for a boyfriend. I am looking for a husband. They love hearing that. I am looking for a lifelong husband that I can love and who will love me, who is stable, who has some really basic good qualities that I could tolerate for the rest of my life. Can you please help me find one? That right there is a huge piece. And it's going to be hard to do that if you have attachment issues. So fixing your own attachment first is absolutely crucial, especially because your network will not want to connect you to high-value men if they don't view you as a high-value woman. If they say, well, she has a lot of emotional insecurity problems, she has eating disorders from her anxieties, she is always anxious, she would make a guy's life into a mess because she's just not quite all there. You don't want to be that one. You want to be the one that they say, no, she's great. She would make his life easy. She would help him. They would match well. They're so stable. They're so calm. They have a great sense of humor. They would be, that's what you want. Fix your own attachment and then talk to the people in your network and go places where you would want your husband to be connected to when he's not with you. That's probably not on Tinder. That's probably not at a bar. It's probably not a lot of places that we typically go to meet partners, because then you're just meeting a partner who goes to those places, and that's where they'll go when they're not with you, because that's all they know. If you're a woman watching this saying, how do I get a boyfriend? You might be shy. You might be quiet. You might stay pretty close to home. You might have a select social network that you really connect with. And that is the frustration of a tremendous amount of healthy, wonderful, loving men that I know in my life. They can't find loving, kind women because those loving, kind women are at home, hanging out, being quiet, enjoying quiet hobbies, spending time with their family, spending time only with close friends. And these men say, how am I supposed to find these women? Networking. Lean into your network. Increase your value with your attachment. Have more to offer in a relationship than sex. Good loving listening skills, good advice, good wisdom, good stability, good financial pieces, good everything. Have something. Build something outside of just sex. Because that's, you could buy that, unfortunately. You don't need a girlfriend for that anymore. Go, improve your skills in relationships, and then connect your network. And if your network says, I don't know, say, keep an eye out. If you have 10 people looking for you, that is 10 people looking for a loving husband. And when they find somebody, they'll say, oh, wait a minute. My sister's brother-in-law. Wow, I never thought about that. Hey, our families, we could marry and be connected with family. I never thought about that. Or he hasn't been single before. Things come up when you have 10 people on your side doing the research for you. What's really nice is they know these people and they could say, no, he's actually stable. I've known him for 10 years. You are not dating a stranger. And then when you have a first date, when you set up a first date, you meet at a mutual place where you are both connected to that person. You have dinner with them at a restaurant, all of you together, or you have dinner at their house and that friend comes. Not a blind date, but a networked date. And then you're not alone. Then the date rape statistics don't happen. You're safe, you're protected, and you get to see how that person interacts with you and interacts with other people that they know. A stranger and someone they don't know. And if that person makes weird claims like, yeah, I like to rescue orphans from chemical fires, the person that's sitting there that has known them for 10 years will say, since when? And you don't have to just be suckered in by lies that sound great. The pressure is on. The pressure is on for them not to treat you badly anymore. The pressure is on for them, even if they were inclined to, they're not going to send you nudes. They're not going to pile your inbox with, hey, here's mine, show me yours. Because now the social pressure's on, and they assume you're going to tell the person that knows them everything that they do. Now the pressure's on for them to respect you. That's a great thing. The pressure's on for you to respect them too. The pressure is on for everybody to be honest and respectful. So if it's not going to work, then the pressure is on for one or both of you to honestly say, I do not think this is going to work. Thanks for trying. Harder to get ghosted. Harder to get abandoned. Harder to get all the bad things that can happen from dating strangers. Do not date strangers. If your network is not big enough yet to find this, put the word out anyway, and then go places and build your network. Don't look for a husband in a crowd of strangers. Look for friends who are stable, who share your values, who are stable people, who will connect to other people who have stable values, and then ask them. Make friends. I have a whole guide on this channel, how to make friends as an adult. Make friends, expand your network, and then use that network. Do not date strangers. Do not look for strangers yourself. That is not a good system. Not a good system. Because even if they are polite and sweet and kind, for the most part, you don't know anything about them. At year 5, they could say, oh, yeah, by the way, I've had a crippling gambling addiction my whole life. I know I'm a nice guy, but we're $500,000 in debt all of a sudden. It'd be really nice to know that ahead of time. If you have kids, it'd be really nice to know ahead of time 10 years of data of people watching him interact with other kids. All of this is useful. Why wouldn't you want more information? Sure, you could find a random dude off Tinder, but you could also find someone that you have 10 years of data that they can back him up and say, yeah, this guy is actually good. You would be good with him. The two of you would be a great couple. I will introduce you. We will meet at my house and we will all talk and have dinner together. And then the second date we can spend together. And if you feel safe enough for a third date where it's just the two of you going out to dinner, cool. But now the pressure is on where he's hopefully not going to date rape you on the third date or push you to have sex on the third date or get manipulative or weird or whatever. Even if he's a nice person, kind person, he might still think, oh, it's cultural norm. But he's probably going to think twice if you have those connections. And you know what? Your social networks probably, as long as you ask the healthy, stable people, won't connect you to someone like that anyway. They'll weed a lot of that out. The danger will decrease. The danger not only to your physical person, but to your emotional person will decrease because your network loves you. Don't pick your drunk friend who's in the club every week because she doesn't know a quality husband. Pick your friend who has a stable job or a loving family, a married family. Married people have nothing better to do. Not true, but almost nothing better to do than matchmake. Because married couples love to make other married couples. And especially if that other couple forms with that first couple in the picture. Because now, hey, we automatically have a married couple friend. It works that way. It really works that way. Talk to the old people if you're at church or any organization. Talk to the old ladies especially. Old ladies everywhere love to matchmake for the most part. As long as they're nice old ladies. Get connected with your social network. Expand your social network. Go places where you would want your husband to be. And hobbies. Look for the friendships. The friendship thing I talked about in my previous videos. How to find friends as an adult. Go find places where your principles are at play, where people there would have your shared principles, because they will have friends with similar principles. Build your network, have your network look, have your network connect you, do your first and second dates with your network before you even think about a third date. And then have an honest, frank discussion about your goals, about what you want, about, I'm looking for a husband. I'll just say, no, I told my friend here to help me find a husband, and I don't want you to marry me today, but is down the line, is that what you're looking for? Are you looking for a committed relationship? Just to verify. Yeah, that's definitely what I want too. Okay. And here's what happens. By doing that, you are verifying to them that you are looking for a long-term relationship. You're not that crazy chick who's like, oh man, she's really clingy. It's like, oh, how refreshing. Here's a woman who's just telling me openly what she wants. And the more open you can be about your goals, the more open you can be about what you want it to look like. Men treasure that. Healthy men value that because you're not wasting their time, and they're not wasting their time trying to figure out if you're just an insecure girl who doesn't know what she wants and she's just looking for someone to take care of her or just have a good time. You are a strong, confident, intelligent woman who knows what she wants and is looking for a partner to build that with. Have that on the first date, because that's the reason that your friend is even connecting the two of you. Don't waste anybody's time showing up and just, yeah, I like salad too. It can be fun. Instead of meeting at your friend's house, go bowling together. Go bowling on the second date. together as a group. Go bowling on the first date. Not something like a movie where you're just sitting and talking, necessarily. Or sitting and staring at a screen, rather. Do something where you're sitting and talking. Do something where you're doing an activity together. You can see what happens when they get frustrated and it doesn't go great. Bowling can help that too. Bowling can be tough. Or whatever activity. Anything, but do it as a group. Connect through your network. Get people you know. Stay safe. Build a life based on goals and values and principles. And then go forward from there. This is how you get a boyfriend instead of getting a random dude who's going to ghost you in 3 months when you start to get feelings for him. Because he can't. If he ghosts you in 3 months, your whole network will say, hey, dude. And you won't have to hunt him down. They will. This is the best way to get a boyfriend. Top one way to get a boyfriend right here. And it may sound daunting to people who don't have a thriving network, in which case you shouldn't be looking for a boyfriend. You should be looking to build your network. That is way more important for your quality of life right now. Build your friend network. Build your network. Get connected with your community. Connect to more people so that you have a healthier life. That will help your anxiety levels. And then you will settle for a better boyfriend than settling for a crappy one. Because you'll know that you deserve more and your anxieties will be down. So you will be more logical while you're really assessing it. Go for that. Use your network. Lean into it. People will help you because people love to see other people fall in love. And that's really what this is all about. Thank you for watching. I'm Adam Lane Smith. Please go and connect to me on my website, adamlanesmith.com. You can sign up for my email letter there. I have a newsletter that goes out every week with free resources, for free mental health advice, an update on all my resources that you can get. All kinds of good information on that website. If this has been helpful, please like, comment, subscribe, support the channel. Maybe you even take this video right here and fire it off to your 3 big candidates in your network of people that can help you and say, hey, can you do this for me? This sounds pretty good. Can you help me find a husband? That just might work.